Hello, hello, hello. Claire, I haven't seen you in ages.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How's work going? How's the new job?
The new job is going very well. It's busy because, of course, as soon as I arrived, the existing conservation officer decided to say, "Oh, by the way, I handed in my notice last week." I'm like, "Oh, great. Okay, thanks." So I'm a one-man band at the moment, but we're coping. We're managing. I haven't put a wrecking ball through a listed building yet, so I'm seeing that as a good thing.
We'll take that. And the
Yeah.
everything, and so basically, it was a good move. It was a good.
Oh, it was the best move I could have made. It was amazing. Yes.
Oh no, that's really good to hear. Um, and hi, Michael. Hi, Davina.
Hi,
Hi.
Jessica.
The busiest live one of
Hi,
these.
everyone. Busy night?
I
Hello,
said
hello.
live one of these. We've had an age,
Alive.
a lot of
Yes.
replayers recently. So
Mhm.
it's nice to have people on live. Particularly as I've got these lovely new slides this week. So exciting. Um, I don't know how long I finally caved and went and drew my eyebrows back on, but I've got a lovely little row of spots coming down the middle of my nose that luckily I get away with it on the camera, but in person it looks like this eyebrow. No, this one goes all the way down the side of my nose.
Yeah, that's why I decided to stay on my laptop camera because it's so blurry that you cannot see what's happening.
I got a better camera set up, but it won't. My Wi-Fi is not good enough for it.
Oh,
I spent so long. I ordered and returned about 8 different cables that I thought were special ones that I needed, and eventually it turned out I had what I needed. But once I got it set up, my Wi-Fi went, no, we're not going to play ball. Thanks. We're not.
the thing is that in my case, I just fixed a new chair, and basically that's why you can see me like that because I expected it to be a little bit higher, so so that's why the setup is kind of weird. But here we are.
The reason I wanted a separate camera is because the main screen I work on is actually up here. So I end up like this.
Oh, okay, get you.
rather than
Okay, so I'm gonna actually move that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, now I can see you. Like, but I think it's better like that.
Well, I thought part of the bonus of having I'm slowly working my way through and putting slides to all of my things so that
Yes,
it's
you mentioned some new
when I'm
slides, but for
when I'm
me, oh, any slides are new. So
yeah. Oh, so these are new slides. I think was it last month, Davina, we worked out the timings. Was that the month before?
Yes, it was last month.
Last month I can remember if it's last month or the month before. We worked out all the timings for roughly. I mean, it's so hard to say how long someone's gonna need something. But yeah, so we worked out rough timings, and they're actually in little stopwatches now. Although I have worked,
Oh, I like that.
I was trying to sync it, and I haven't put any music to it, so the countdowns will be silent, but at least they will exist. It's better than nothing. Right, we've got record on, but don't worry, it's only going into the membership. It's not going anywhere. But welcome everyone to the Members Monthly Meetup and Goal Setting Session. So we use this as a chance to look back on our monthly goals and how we got on. I think mine aren't going to be great again. And look forward to the next month, learn from what's just passed, and address it to what's coming up and moving forward. I would like to note that, like 2 months ago, we are early in the month. So I always do this the fourth Monday of the month. Sometimes that means we've got like one day left in the month. Sometimes that means we have nearly a week, which is pretty much a week because it's Sunday's the 30th, isn't it? So we've pretty much got another week. So we will bear that in mind as we're going through, that there is still time. I think I quite like it when there's a week left. Because I can go, oh yeah, I meant to do this, this, and this, and I haven't yet, and I've still got time. There's still time. There's still hope. Um, some of them not so much, because one of them was drink more water every day, and I set an amount, and Yeah, I haven't. I've made adjustments though, but that's why we go through the session like we do today. If you've got your book, grab your book. Any of the worksheets we're working on in the book today are also available as printables in the downloadable section in the membership. It doesn't have to be done with the book if you don't want to get the book or haven't got the book today or whatever. It can just be done on a piece of scrap paper, and then if you want to print off the worksheets, you can do it on worksheets as well. Right. I've started trying to embrace Canva, but I'm not completely. There we go. How it works. So look, I've even done it in today's session. I feel very proud of myself. I feel like a proper grown up. So we're going through 8. I realised, 8 sections. We never have time to talk about any of the bonus steps. So I'm ever hopeful that tonight we will. I'm very optimistic. We can talk about some of the bonus steps today. We'll see how we get on. First things first, we are going to check in on last month's goals. So for me, that's over to I keep mine on my planner. I also keep a digital version, so I have mine on Trello as well, like we've talked about before. But I'm going to open up my book and I will update Trello later. Oh, pretty coloured pens. You don't have to have pretty coloured pens, but I just find life's better with pretty coloured pens, to be honest. I need to bring out a selection. No, I know you come out a bit more red. Let's have a nice neon pink to counteract all of those. And I think pencil is always handy too. Cool. So we're going to have 2 minutes on the clock to go through our goals from last month. I knew there was something else I was going to put on this slide. So little key. There's a little key that I like to use. So it's a tick if it's done. Tick. It's a cross if you're not doing it for whatever reason. So it could be you decided it's not right. Maybe the time has passed and it's just not going to happen. Or like I've got one, it was to have a friend date with my friend Hannah. She actually had no dates available in April. We're seeing each other in May. So that will get across, but it's actually a positive reason it's getting across because it's not going to happen anymore. Or I could use my move to the right arrow because she's now become a May goal. I don't think she'll become a May goal because it's booked in and I was trying to be easy on myself last month. So for me, I'm just going to cross it off. It's just happening. But if I just hadn't got round to doing it, like the next item on my list, which was read the book Spare, because I still haven't finished my old book, which I will do tonight. You could put a little arrow going to the right-hand side. So I don't know if my mirror's mirroring, but I put a little arrow to the right as if I'm moving it on to the next month, because that's the way we turn our pages in our book. So I put a little arrow going that way to say that I'm going to move it on to next month. So we've got a tick, we've got a cross, and a hashtag. So we will find that we probably have quite a few hashtags, because a hashtag means it's going to still get done before the end of the month. So last month, I think we were one of the last couple of days of the month. There wasn't much time to finish up any of the goals if you hadn't done them. Whereas this week, we've got like a week left. In theory, I could read a book in a week. Maybe I'll look up how long that book is. Anyone read Spare? So that was meant to be for this month, but it's been moved to next month. Maybe I'll still get it done. I'm definitely going to have started it, just might not have finished it. So yeah, if you still think you're going to get it done, then you can do the little hashtags, hashtag that it's going to be done. And then if it's going back onto your long-term to-do list, so this is where I definitely need a key on the thing because there's like 5 of them. If it's going to go back onto your long-term to-do list, it's an arrow going to the left. So tick done, cross not doing, not done. Hashtag will do by the end of the month. I can paste these into the chat as well. That's helpful. I did get around to typing them out. They're just on my notes, not the slide, which isn't very helpful of me. Wait, so let me put them in the chat. There we go. There we go. They're in the chat. Arrow to the right if you're moving it to next month, and an arrow to the left if it's going back onto your long-term to-do list. So all you need to do is do that. You don't need to move on to your long-term to-do list or anything like that. We will do that momentarily. And we will have 2 minutes on the clock to go through our to-do lists. Oh, that clock looked like it ticks really quickly. There we go. Oh, yeah. So I'll redo that slide as well as adding on some music and put them on as little graphics. I've done it for something else. There was something else that I was doing that I've made a little graphic card up. Oh, for the brain drain. So I've done a little, I mean, a brain drain can just be done on a piece of paper, but I put in the downloadable section a template about to brain drain onto that's got the little icons that I use for brain drain, which are the same sorts of things. It's like ticks and crosses and there's an arrow if I'm moving it onwards type thing. So second step is to go in and look at the reasons. So those were the results. Were we successful? Were we not successful? Are we pending? Now we want to be looking at the reasons. This is where I will use a pencil. So have a look at it might be that you can be quite specific. It might be that some are a bit more generalized. Why don't you think that that thing happened? So for me, this is my first month where I haven't had my goals on my wall because my office has now moved. It's now in our sitting room because we are using what was my office as a sorting space for when we downsize. I don't really want to have lots of stuff up on the wall, but it does mean that I am not looking at my goals every day. So I need to come up with an alternative, which might be that when I reset my desk every night before I go to bed, am I going to leave my monthly goals page out? Am I going to leave my Trello open? So as soon as I open my laptop, I see that first thing. Like what can I do that I'm going to have that impact of always having them on the walls, because my success rate skyrocketed when I had my goals stuck on the wall. Is there somewhere else that I could put them? Do I need to maybe not have my backdrop on my desktop as what it is at the moment, which is my word of the year? Is it better that I put my monthly goals up there each month? Like, what is it that I'm going to do? But it starts with noting why I didn't do it. And I think there's a couple on here I didn't do because I didn't see them. I wasn't regularly reminded of them. Maybe it was you didn't have enough time, there was an emergency, you overcommitted, you didn't want to do it is a perfectly valid reason for why it didn't happen. If that's why it didn't happen, you've got solutions to think of, well, if I didn't really want to do it, do I have to do it? And can I tap into the consequence of not doing it as motivation? Or do I not give two hoots about the consequence and it can just do one? Because that can happen. We let things into our goals lists and onto our to-do list that actually don't matter at all. And we need to be brave and have courage and get rid of them. And just say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't need to do it. I'm happy with the consequence of not doing it. That's okay. So yeah, I didn't want to do it is a perfectly valid reason. Maybe you need some more gamification behind it. I love having a clean house. I predominantly like cleaning my house. Sometimes I have to put some gamification on behind to be able to get that result that I like, or even get myself started. Sometimes something I love doing that has a consequence I love doing is still hard to start, which is very ADHD, but still hard to start. So it might be that I needed additional gamification with it, kind of thing. So we're gonna have 4 minutes on the clock for this.
Jessica, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Because the thing is that I just joined the group and I haven't set up goals with you before. I've got some. I mean, I had some goals before written. Should I just work on them, or yeah, okay, fine,
Yeah,
great.
Well,
yeah.
How we've set the goals we've done, we will explain when we set next month's goals, and then next month you'll have the system. But yeah, anything you've got written down for the moment works fine. I should have said that. Thank you for pointing it out, because we've got a lot of newbies in the group now, not just
yourself. No problem. Okay, thank you.
Dina and Claire have been here a long time, so I forget. Cool. So we're just going down. We're popping down a few notes. I'd go through all of them and jot down your reasons for any that did or didn't happen. If there's a really strong reason for why something did happen, note that down, like why did or did it not happen? Because this can help you identify how you can move things forward better as well. So if something you've really struggled to do before suddenly got done, and you're like, oh, great, yes, I did it with a friend, or I got an accountability buddy, or I broke it into smaller chunks. Like, it's important to note that kind of thing down as well, because it will help you with how you achieve your goals moving forward as well.
Great.
Cool. Right, 4 minutes on the clock. Hopefully when this ticks up. Yeah, look at that, like magic. And that's time. So if you're in the book, turn to our next page, our monthly plans for, and put the month on it. So if you haven't got a book, just a piece of paper, and write the word May in the middle of it. Nice and easy. And we are going to do a bit of a brain drain around what have we got coming up this month. So we've got our 3 main categories of life, which is personal, professional, and then family, home, friends. Those are always my 3 sort of inspirations, fairly broad spectrum. But this could be anything from things you want to focus on to random little tasks that suddenly crop into your head. If it helps, pull out any calendars or anything that you've got if you need any additional inspiration. But I tend to start without those things out. And then if I'm running out, I've still got time left and I haven't come up with any ideas yet, then I'll pull those out again. This is just to get anything additional out of your head. When we are actually setting the goals, we're going to have our planners and things out and our calendars out, and anything we've got out and any longer term to-do lists and things like that we'll have out. This is about releasing what's in your brain, draining it out of your ear onto a piece of paper. So we shall have 5 minutes on the clock. Definitely need to add some nice music. I felt better, like a treadmill 5 minutes, like where it goes on for a long time. Maybe the 5 minute countdown isn't actually 5 minutes. Kept going. I was like, what's going on here? But I did remember some things, like having that bit of extra time made me think about a few more things that I would have forgotten about. So I guess we got the times right, Davina. We were on it.
Absolutely.
So next one is looking at our monthly calendar overview. So this is, if you haven't got the book or a print off, this is anything that gives you space to do. Oh, it's not going to show because I've got a blurred background. But it's basically like a, if I hold it in front of my face, can you see it? Basically like a grid of the month. It's like a month to view calendar page. So if you want to, there is a Word version and a PDF version in the membership downloadables. So if you go into the downloadable section on the membership, there's a Word section that you can literally just open that Word document and edit in that if it's easier. But it's literally just any month to view. So if you've got a printed calendar or a month to view, or you're very quick with a ruler, you can draw out the squares. How I do it is I have no dates on them because these planners are designed to start at any point, and if you miss a month, doesn't matter, you can just carry on the next one because none of them have any dates on them or any numbers on them. It literally just has a column for Monday, column for Tuesday, column for Wednesday, column for Thursday. So while Michael is finding a suitable alternative, we will do that super fun task of putting the dates onto it. So the first is going to be a Monday, so that's really nice and easy. So we're literally just going to write 1, 2, 3, 4 onto boxes.
Okay, so we just writing down dates, and this is it.
Yeah, that's all we're doing for now. So you've got time to find the
Okay, find the version on downloadable. Yeah. That's fine. Great.
I don't know if it'll let me. No, because if I send it from my desk laptop, you'll get a weird Mac version, whereas it's a proper Word document, so it's compatible.
Don't worry, it's just I will find it quickly.
Are you in the membership?
Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah. Membership hub. Okay, here I'm coming. And yes, I found downloadables, and I'm close.
Folder called planning. I want to say it's in the planning one. Something and planning, isn't it?
Something and planning. It's got to be time management and planning, and this one is.
It's the only Word. I think it's probably the only Word document. Everything else is PDFs, but there should
monthly overview planner.
Yeah, there should be a PDF and a Word document one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you open the Word one, you can then edit it directly on there.
That's fine.
Little one sounds like she's crashing through the ceiling upstairs. She's so delicate when she jumps out of her bunk bed. Thump. And because I know after this you're going to want a copy of my book, I'll put the link for my book in the chat as well.
Absolutely.
To be fair, I think if you had to print all the sheets and you wanted to do them on paper every week, it would work out cheaper just to buy the book and print everything.
You know what? I'm not biggest fan of paper in general, but except that, yeah.
This is it. This is my one thing and my weekly to-do list and my two like paper things and brain drains I like to do with paper, and then everything gets moved onto digital. So I like to map out plan on paper, but then the execution has to be within digital.
I'm going to explain you why I don't like doing that on the paper, because very often it's like when I've got a fault and I'm going to write it down, I'm going to write it down so quickly that later I cannot actually figure it out what was that. So basically, like in general, my writing is not that bad. Like, but if it's like a brain dump thing, I never can figure it out what was on my mind at that moment. So that's why I stop writing down. Okay, let me see here. Okay, fine. So let's put that here.
15, 16. It's nice when Monday's the first, isn't it? Monday is the first. I haven't made that up, haven't I? 30 days to have September.
That's
correct.
Yes, and Monday's the first. 15, 16, 17.
Okay. In this moment, it's what is happening here? Okay, again. Okay, maybe this way.
Monday, isn't it?
Okay. It's gonna show now. Or
Have you seen what it looks like? So you know what we're talking about.
I'm trying to open that. That's the thing. Like, I don't know why my laptop in the same moment stops actually listening to me and cannot open things or whatsoever. So I'm trying to get there. I'm close, but just two more minutes, and I'm gonna be there with you. Is this one showing at least? Here, nope. And a different way. Hold on. So if I put that here, okay. I don't know. Yes, and
I want a cat hoodie, Claire. Every time you have that picture up, it makes me want a cat hoodie. I've got teddy bear ears. Maybe we'll have to come with animal ears on next week. We've got the Pugsy, the Children in Need Pugsy bear ears. There's like a girl version and a boy version. I don't know what his girlfriend's called. But she's got little brown ears with a bow on it, and then he's just got the yellow ears. And they're really comfy headbands, actually. So when my kid puts mine on me for a while, it tends to stay there.
it's opening. It's opening. Okay, we're almost there.
I was trying to get it.
Yes. I've got it. Okay,
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
I
So
was
first
trying
one.
to upload directly into Zoom from my Google Drive, but I don't know.
I'm fine.
This
I'm fine.
it's giving me very
I
little
had
options.
I had to actually open through my Google Drive as well. Otherwise, it just, I don't know why it wasn't opening, but it's fine. Now I can see everything's clear. Yes, Monday, Tuesday.
I know what we're talking about.
I know those weekdays, so that's fine.
And has everyone else got the 1 to 31 written in their little boxes? So we are going to break this down to 2-minute chunks. We are going to go through first adding in all our key personal events. So this isn't everything. This isn't like brush your teeth. This is like the big things that are likely to disrupt your routine. So if you are going away, having a spa day, if you're having a wisdom tooth out, anything like that, but specify for the first 2 minutes, we're just going to focus purely in on things that are to do with personal events. So big personal events.
Just personal events. Okay.
Personal to start with. I didn't have any. I have nothing, no personal big events going on in May. So I relented and wrote in the bank holidays instead. Because I was like, I can't have nothing in that colour. And my and the renewal date for my driving license, I guess that's probably that was it for personal for me. Maybe well, no, actually, so I look at my brainstorm. It's like, actually, there's loads of I'm really energized for work stuff this week, at the moment, in general, not just this week. So it's gonna be quite nice that there's not one on. So next time, change colours if you want to, if you're like me, a bit of a colour geek. And we're going to be moving on to big professional. So if you've got any big professional deadlines or courses, whether it's deadlines you are setting for yourself or deadlines that have been set externally that you want to do, is there a deadline you want to have achieved a certain thing by? Any big events, any big conferences like that, big whatevers, anything big, significant date that will disrupt the flow of life, professional events. And we've got another 2 minutes on the clock.
I'm sorry, I lost the connection.
That's all right. Got you back now.
And I don't know what we're doing right now.
We're on professional. So it was
professional. Okay, lovely. Okay.
That was 2 minutes on our professional event, and then we're about to move on to 2 minutes of friends, family, and home. So I'm going to change colours. Oh, but I will do. I don't know if any of you saw in the WhatsApp. Claire. Helen got the answer right of what was coming back. So for May, we used to do the weekly reviews as lives. And then I do them every now and again, but every Saturday in May there will be a weekly review live. I'm going for 9 a.m. Little one's going to be doing kids club at the gym, which starts at 8:30, but I thought let's allow for being late and getting a coffee. So I will be doing it live from the cafe at the gym. But it meant that there was a nice consistent time slot, and as it will be slides and music will be through the computer, that it doesn't matter, they'll be in my headphones anyway. So so 9 o'clock UK time, Saturday from the 6th of May, so not this Saturday,
the next one.
From the next one, because this Saturday is very up in the air. It's my daughter's birthday party in the afternoon, and her little friend's party was meant to be this weekend, got postponed, and now might end up being on the same day in the morning of, which is just going to be horrendous. So I'm not committing to anything this weekend.
If you could, if you could explain again, how does it work exactly?
So the weekly review is it's kind of like the weekly version of what we're doing today. So slightly different questions that we go through, but it's looking back on the week that's passed, and then planning the week that's ahead. So doing our weekly to-do lists, breaking down, making sure that we're moving towards our monthly goals. It's got there's an ebook version and a video version and an audio version in the membership. But every now and again I do them as lives as well, so we can have a bit of a chat in between. And also I find the accountability of having a set time that someone's going to be online doing the thing makes it a bit easier to do the thing. So yeah, we used to either do them Friday evening or Saturday morning, depending on Small's schedule. Those are two quite tricky times for my small humans. So Friday evenings are absolute chaos. So they will be Saturday mornings for May, which is quite nice as well. I found with the lighter evenings, the evening slots don't work as well. So so yeah, we're doing it's all guided. Again, there's a worksheet in the book that you can work to, but you can also do it on a scrap of paper, and there's also printables in the downloadable section. But only half of it involves you writing anything down. The rest of it is like checking a diary and checking a to-do list and making sure that you've got your head clear. You've cleared your head away from the end of one week and have lined yourself up, knowing what you're going into in the next week. Cool. So we've got another 2 minutes on the clock quickly for family, friends, and home events. Oh, new colour. I'm going to go back to orange, I think. Ta-cha.
Jess, I think you're on mute.
You mean my whole lovely spiel was on mute then?
I have a feeling,
Yes.
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 Oh, that's good. I was saying the most exciting thing happening in my next month is my house inspection, and potentially my friend coming to stay. But she was coming to stay because of the coronation, and none of her kids want to go to the coronation now, so they'll probably stay where they live because they live by a beach. Oh, that was a much quicker way of saying whatever I said before. So next one is looking at our yearly goals. So we're going to on the right page. That's always good. So we're going to pull up our yearly goals, and we're just literally going to spend 2 minutes reading them through before we move on to the next section. So if you've got a specific list of your long-term yearly goals, if not, you can just enjoy 2 minutes of peace, or you can jot down some yearly goals. There is I use a similar system as I do for the monthlies. There is sort of a parameters that, like, I guess limitations to how many yearly goals I would say set based and having those limitations helps us be more specific and thrive a bit. So there should be no more than 4 goals in each of the 3 main areas. So 4 family, home, friend goals, 4 professional goals, and 4 personal goals. But unlike the monthly goals, they can be broken into as many steps as they need to, unfortunately. But we're going to spend 2 minutes either thinking about, thinking about or reading over our yearly goals. Okay.
Mhm.
So how many of us read over our yearly goals and went, oh crap, I forgot about that? Or was that just me?
No, not just you.
Yeah, I was in there as well.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? I've got them all written out. But yeah, I suddenly thought we need to, because we should check them in with when we do our weekly reviews. It's one of the questions in there, but I think I obviously just skim over it so quickly that I was like, we need to put this into the monthly one as well. Just to check in again. Completely forgot that this is the month I said I was going to start running again. From May till October. One of my personal goals was to run. What did I say? I run once a week from May to October. It's not too bad. That's. I used to run a lot. I haven't run in a long time, so it's going to be painful and slow. But it's only once a week. Under
That's pretty good.
Yeah, under promise. But I'd completely forgotten that it was May and May was coming up. So And I've also realized I need to update my reading book list as well. But then there were some things that I had done that I hadn't realized I'd done, so that's always good as well. So it's goods and bads, which will lead us. I will crack on because yes, we have run over. Not yet. We're 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes' time, we'll have run over, and we've got 15 minutes worth of work to do. So we will be getting on to setting the actual goals for our next month. So if you're in the book, you've also got the sections where you can put in any of your big dates, your big deadlines, anything specific you want to make sure that you're remembering in comparison to your goals for the month. But if you're not working from the book, you just literally need to do 3 goals for each section. So that's 3 personal, 3 professional, 3 family, home, friend. It's a maximum, it's not a minimum. So if you're like, actually, I'm quite happy with 1 personal goal this month, I don't think I'd ever have no goals in the other areas. But if you maybe like this month, I want to have a really heavy professionally focused month. I've got loads of ideas. I've got loads of things I want to get out of my head. Am I on mute again? No, cool. I really thought. But it just means I'm still going to do something for me personally. I'm still going to do something for me, family, home, friends. But I'm going to make them really light and really easy and really fun, or nothing too pressured. Like sometimes personal things are all about growth and development, or like committing to a crazy challenge. But sometimes what we've got to give that month is that we're going to read half a book and that's it. Or we're going to have a bath each week and that's going to be our new thing. That's all we're going to do. So yeah, think about trying to make sure you've got at least 1 but no more than 3 goals in each of those 3 sections, and each of those goals breaks down to no more than 3 chunks. So if you're looking at one of your goals and you're thinking, oh, this really should be 6 chunks, it needs to be 2 goals. So basically there should be 9 maximum of 9 chunks. Otherwise we're looking at too big. So what we want to remember is that these goals aren't doing the washing, they're not on like baseline admin for work, they're not pick up the food shopping. Those are all like, it could be create a new weekly routine that involves you doing all those things, but it shouldn't, one of your goals shouldn't be specifically I'm gonna buy my food shopping, because those are your baseline tasks that have to happen every month. Those are the baseline things. These are your chosen goals, as opposed to I need a roof over my head, I need food in my stomach, kind of general life bits and pieces that have to happen. So we'll have 5 minutes on the clock for personal goals for May. Fabulous. So next we're moving on to do the exact same thing, but in professional. So maybe you fancy a lighter professional month, and you're not going to have any additional goals. You're just going to do your standard basic. But what's like the one thing that you want to get done? You can make it something small, and maybe there's something fun professional wise you can look forward to. Is there someone you've wanted to have coffee with to talk about something to do with your profession for ages? Is there a course you wanted to sign up to? Maybe you want a light month, so your one goal will be to sign up to the course. You don't need to do it. Doesn't need to be done this month. Maybe next month will be a heavier professional course. So there's a way of making every month lighter, but still having that little bit to move forward in that area, whatever bit works. Be it, like I said, having a coffee with the right person. Have I put myself on mute again? No, I'm going to be paranoid about that now. Oh, my little bell goes red if I'm on mute, doesn't it? One day Zoom will go, you know, you're on mute when, like, automatically when it thinks you're talking without meaning to. So 5 minutes on the clock. Let's move on to our professional goals. 2 timers back to back? I do. Badges. It was like 10, 11. I think it jumped to another 5. Well, when I go and put those little graphics on the other one, I can take the additional. No, I've jumped back too far now. Don't know what I did there. Now I've mucked it up completely. Where's it gone? Just sworn it jumped back. Oh, it's probably me. Let's be honest, it's probably me. I'll check it when I read. Well, we'll see what's going to happen now. Drum roll. Will it jump to 5 minutes again? No, actually moved on to the right step. I don't know. I could have sworn it got to that end of that 5 minutes and jumped to 5 minutes again. Oh no, we are. We're on Family Friends Home. I was right. I just missed the slide. Losing my mind. Literally losing my mind. Let's go. Okay, we're close enough. Oh no. Now I've jumped too far. Okay, I'm not going to jinx it by touching it anymore. So final 5 is for family, friend, home related goals. The same thing, maximum of 3, maximum of 3 chunks in each, but family, friend, home related. So this could be home improvements, it could be hanging out with a friend, it could be not hanging out with a certain friend, like if that's the vibe. Whatever it means to you, whatever it is, that one thing, or up to 3 things that you want to get done to support the growth of your life with family, friends, and home. God, I jumped in that way too far there, haven't I? There we go. So 1 week we will get to discuss the bonus goals, but they're bonus steps. They're basically anything that you could do to help you achieve those monthly goals. So like I talked about, I need to come up with a new way of having mine very visible because I'm missing having them up on the wall. It didn't seem to matter because I think I had a month and a half. The first half a month didn't matter. I got enough in my head from that first month, but yeah, I need to come up with a better way moving forward for the next month. Maybe that is my other tip, which is there anything that has a specific week to it already that I could put then into my weekly to-do list? So I might go through and be like, okay, this step's going to happen on this week, and I'll go and put it onto the right weekly to-do list. And then, because that I do live in that week, my little weekly to-do list notepad, which I've left in the other room today. A little green one. I don't think I brought it through. No. So it's maybe that it would be my way of improving that instead of having this visible, but thinking about what else could you do to make it more possible. Is it you're going to make sure you're going to commit to turning up to every co-working session, and at the beginning of every co-working session you're going to check in with something you can do. You're going to use that 2 hours to work on something in your monthly goals list. Is it that you're going to set aside half an hour every evening? What's going to be your thing that's going to be your little bit of extra pocket of time? Maybe you've got a half a day a week that you want to be like, these are my sort of moving forward, my personal goals. This is the time I'm going to do that. What are all the additional little bits that you could do? And maybe you want to get an accountability buddy. Do you want to share the goals? There's a goals group in the membership. Do you want to have your goals, your monthly goals shared in there so that you've sort of got a bit more accountability, sharing them with the community in a safe space? What are the additional extras that you could do that would help you make sure you're achieving those goals? I've kicked my other half out of the sitting room for long enough because we're 20 minutes over. So I better go. If you've got any other questions, do give me a shout and I will get back to people tomorrow. And otherwise I will hopefully see some of you co-working on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Sleep well, everyone.
See you on Thursday.
Bye.
Thanks, Jess. Bye.
See you soon.
If you want to be happy, it's gonna have to be a lifestyle switch. And if you want to be happy, you're gonna have to do the work in deep. Quick fixes become fads and diets to take back your time and live your life for you. 'Cause if you want to be happy, it's gonna have to be a lifestyle switch.